Love is often romanticized as an all-consuming force, a whirlwind of passion and desire. But as time passes, we learn that real love is not about dramatic gestures or intense highs, it's about partnership, stability, peace. The person who's right for you won't just ignite fireworks in your heart. They'll create space for you to grow, to rest, and to become more of yourself. But how do you know if someone is actually right for you? How can you distinguish true emotional compatibility from infatuation, habit, or wishful thinking? Let's explore 6 powerful signs that someone may be the right one for you. These aren't shallow checklists. These are deep emotional and behavioral markers that build the foundation for lasting, healthy, and transformative relationships. Let's begin. You feel emotionally safe with them, even in your weakest moments. At its core, emotional safety is the quiet confidence that you can be seen, truly seen, and still be loved. It's the ability to express fears, flaws, and insecurities without shame. The person who's right for you won't punish your vulnerability, they'll protect it. Think about this. Can you cry in front of them without being told to calm down or stop overreacting? Can you talk about your past, including your mistakes, and still feel respected? Can you ask for reassurance without being mocked? The right person responds to your rawness with tenderness. They don't use your pain to gain power or to win arguments. They don't see your emotions as inconveniences. They see them as a doorway into deeper understanding. Emotional safety doesn't mean you're never triggered or uncomfortable. It means that even when discomfort arises, the space between you remains stable. You don't fear emotional punishment or abandonment for being human. Over time, this sense of safety fosters profound intimacy. You stop censoring yourself, you stop pretending, you let go of your armor, and that's when love gets real. Your core values deeply align, beyond surface compatibility. We often mistake common interests for compatibility. You both love hiking, great. You share a passion for music, amazing. But in the long term, compatibility isn't about how you spend your time, it's about why you live the way you do. Your values shape your life far more than your hobbies ever will. Ask yourself, how do we define success? Do we agree on family structures, religion, politics, or life priorities? How do we view gender roles, work-life balance, or community responsibility? Let's say one of you values freedom, travel, and spontaneity, while the other values structure, financial security, and routine. Initially, the contrast might seem exciting, but over time, it can lead to resentment, misunderstanding, and feeling held back. Shared values don't mean you become clones of each other. It means that your visions of a fulfilling life are complementary. You believe in similar things. You fight for similar goals. You want similar lives. And even when you disagree, those differences aren't threatening, they're enriching. One sign you've found someone aligned with your values? Conversations about the future feel hopeful. You're not negotiating away your identity. You're dreaming out loud, together. You feel fully yourself, and fully inspired. When someone is right for you, you don't just feel accepted, you feel energized. You become more of who you are, not less. You stop performing and start evolving. A toxic relationship makes you question your worth. A mediocre relationship helps you feel secure. A great relationship inspires your transformation. Here's how that looks. You start picking up old hobbies again, not to impress them, but because you feel alive. You take more emotional risks, writing, creating, speaking up, because their belief in you becomes your fuel. You let go of perfectionism. You're not trying to earn their love, you're just living in it. When you're with the right person, growth doesn't feel like pressure. It feels like possibility. You're not afraid to evolve because they're evolving too. You celebrate each other's wins, not compete for space. You don't fear outgrowing them. You trust they'll keep growing beside you. And perhaps most importantly, you're not afraid to be ugly in front of them, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, because the person who is right for you will love you not in spite of your complexity, but because of it. Communication isn't perfect, but it's kind, curious, and repairable. All couples argue, all relationships face tension. But it's how we repair after conflict that determines our emotional health. Healthy communication isn't about never arguing, it's about knowing how to pause instead of explode, asking questions instead of assuming motives, offering repair rather than retreating into silence. When someone is right for you, you'll feel like you can disagree without being emotionally annihilated. Conflict becomes a conversation, not a war. Let's talk about examples. In a toxic relationship, an argument ends in blame, name-calling, threats of leaving, or stonewalling. In a healthy relationship, an argument might start off heated, but it ends in understanding. You circle back, you apologize. You say things like, "I realize I was projecting my own stress onto you. I didn't listen well earlier. Can we talk again? Let's find a solution that works for both of us." That's not always easy. Sometimes it requires self-awareness, sometimes therapy, sometimes sheer humility. But the right partner doesn't avoid these hard conversations, they commit to them. They don't see conflict as a sign of failure. They see it as a chance to deepen intimacy. That's emotional maturity, that's relationship longevity. They show up with consistency, integrity, and intentionality. The world is full of people who talk a good game, who say they love you, who make promises in the heat of passion, but none of that matters if the behavior doesn't match the words. When someone is right for you, you never have to guess how they feel. They say what they mean, and they do what they say. They show up when you're sick, you're scared, you're celebrating, you're grieving, and even when you're ordinary. They don't show up just for the highs, they choose you in the lows too. They remember what matters to you. They notice small shifts in your mood. They follow through on tiny commitments, calling when they said they would, checking in before your interview, bringing your favorite snack without being asked. This is more than romantic gestures, it's emotional dependability. It's building a life where love is reliable, not erratic. Love isn't proven in grand declarations, it's proven in showing up day after day when it's inconvenient, when it's boring, when it's real. The vision you hold for your life includes each other, without shrinking. Let's imagine your life 5 years from now. 10. Who are you becoming? Where are you headed? And is the person you're with someone who can walk with you on that path? The right partner won't require you to trade your dreams for their comfort. They'll join you in creating a life that reflects both of your deepest values and desires. You'll talk about things like, where do we want to live? What kind of family do we want, if any? How do we want to spend our days, years, energy? And when misalignment arises, because it will, you both lean into dialogue instead of issuing ultimatums. You say, let's create a timeline that works for both of us. What does compromise look like here without resentment? Can we hold space for both of our visions and meet in the middle? The right relationship feels like co-authorship. Two people writing a story where neither has to be the villain, where no one loses themselves to stay loved. If you can dream together, evolve together, and still respect each other's individuality, you're not just in love, you're in alignment, and that's rare. Bonus sign. You experience peace more often than confusion. The most overlooked sign that someone is right for you? Peace. Not excitement, not obsession, not constant longing, but peace. With the right person, your nervous system will relax. You won't be living in survival mode. You won't be analyzing texts, overthinking silences, or begging for breadcrumbs. Instead, you'll notice a quiet confidence that you're loved, that they choose you, that you don't have to chase, perform, or prove. You'll smile more, you'll sleep better, you'll laugh freely, Peace is not boring. Peace is healing. And after chaos, it may feel unfamiliar at first, but give it time. You'll realize that this kind of steady, mature love is what you always deserved. Final thoughts: real love is built, not found. We often believe that love should be instant, effortless, magnetic, but true love is built with courage, honesty, self-awareness, and consistent effort. The person who is right for you won't be perfect, but they'll be present. They'll show up even when it's hard. And so will you. Okay, let's recap the 6 signs someone may be right for you. First, they make you feel emotionally safe. You can be your truest self. Second, you share deeply aligned values. Life feels cooperative, not competitive. Third, you feel accepted and inspired. You grow individually and together. Fourth, you communicate through conflict, not around it, not through power plays. Fifth, they're consistent and intentional. Love is steady, not conditional. And lastly, you envision a shared future without losing yourself to make it fit. Love that lasts isn't about perfect alignment. It's about shared intention and ongoing effort. The right person helps you build a life that feels both grounding and expansive. And if you haven't found them yet, keep becoming them. Because the more you align with your own integrity, the more clearly you'll recognize the person who's doing the same. Thank you for joining me in this deep dive into emotional compatibility and real love. If this video brought clarity, subscribe for more honest, thoughtful reflections on relationships, psychology, and self-awareness. Let me know in the comments, what's the one quality you believe makes someone right for you? Your words might be the mirror someone else needs today. See you in the next